She stood at the door. Her eyes looked cold. She didn't smile. "Mom," she said. "Don't come." I froze. My heart stopped. "What?" I whispered. "You're too poor," she said. "You'll embarrass me." My daughter, my only daughter, the girl I raised alone. She told me not to come. To her wedding, I felt my knees go weak. I couldn't breathe. She looked at me like I was nothing, like I was a stranger. "Victoria," I whispered. "Please." She shook her head. "I'm sorry, Mom," she said, but her voice wasn't sorry. It was cold. "Julian's family will be there," she said. "Important people will be there. I can't have you." There. Each word felt like a knife. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. But I just stood there, holding flowers. Flowers I brought for her. She looked at them. She looked disgusted. "I have to go," she said. Then she closed the door. In my face. I stood there for a long time. People walked past me. They stared. I must have looked crazy, standing there with flowers, tears running down my face. Finally, I turned around. I walked to my car. My old, broken car. The one that barely starts. I sat inside. I put my head on the steering wheel, and I cried. I cried so hard I couldn't see. I cried until my chest hurt. I cried until there were no tears left. My name is Elena Martinez. I'm 52 years old. I have brown hair with gray streaks. I have wrinkles around my eyes. My hands are rough and dry. I work at a laundry shop. I've worked there for 23 years. I wash clothes. I fold clothes. I iron clothes. Every day, 6 days a week, sometimes 7. My back hurts all the time. My feet are always swollen. But I never complained, because I had a reason. I had Victoria, my daughter, my whole world, my reason for living. She was born 26 years ago, on a rainy Tuesday morning. I held her in my arms. She was so tiny, so perfect. I named her Victoria. Because it means victory, and she was my victory, my miracle. Her father left when she was 2. His name was David. He was handsome and charming, but he was weak. One day, he just left. He said he couldn't do it anymore. He said being a father was too hard. He said being with me was too hard. "You're not enough, Elena," he said. "You'll never be enough." Then he walked out. I never saw him again. He never called. He never sent money. He never asked about Victoria. It was like we didn't exist. So I raised her alone. Just me and her, against the world. I worked 2 jobs, the laundry shop during the day, cleaning offices at night. I left the house at 6 in the morning. I came home at midnight, sometimes later. I missed her first steps. The babysitter told me about them. I missed her first words. I wasn't there. I missed so many things, but I told myself it was worth it, because she had food, she had clothes, she had a roof over her head. When she started school, I worked harder. I wanted her to have everything. New backpacks. New shoes, school trips, birthday parties. I never said no, even when I had nothing. I remember one time, she was 7 years old. She wanted a pink bicycle. All her friends had bicycles. I didn't have the money, but I couldn't say no, so I worked extra shifts. I didn't eat lunch for 2 months. I saved every penny, and I bought her that bicycle. Her face when she saw it, I'll never forget it. She screamed with joy. She hugged me so tight. "You're the best mom ever," she said. I cried that night, happy tears. Because I made her happy. That's all I ever wanted. When Victoria was in high school, things got harder. She wanted things I couldn't afford. Designer clothes, expensive makeup, the latest phone. Her friends had everything. Their parents were doctors, lawyers, business owners. They drove nice cars. They lived in big houses. We lived in a tiny apartment, 2 bedrooms. The paint was peeling. The heater barely worked. But it was home. Victoria started feeling embarrassed. She stopped inviting friends over. she would meet them outside. "Why don't they come inside?" I asked. "They're busy," she said. But I knew. She was ashamed of where we lived. She was ashamed of me. I tried not to take it personally. She was a teenager. Teenagers are complicated, but it hurt. It hurt so much. When she graduated high school, I was so proud. I took the day off work. I sat in the audience. I watched her walk across the stage. She looked beautiful in her cap and gown. I clapped so loud. I cried so hard. People looked at me, but I didn't care. That was my daughter. After the ceremony, we took pictures. She smiled in the photos, but she looked uncomfortable. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Nothing," she said. But I saw her looking at other families, families in expensive suits, families with professional cameras. We had my old phone camera and my wrinkled dress. The same dress I wore to every special occasion. I saw the look in her eyes. She was comparing, and we didn't measure up. College was the hardest time. Victoria wanted to go to a big university, a private school. The tuition was $40,000 a year. I almost fainted when I saw the number. "Mom," she said, "please, this is my dream." "I'll get scholarships," she said. She did get some scholarships, but not enough. I had to cover the rest. I took out loans. I signed papers I didn't fully understand. I just knew I needed the money. I sold my mother's wedding ring, the only thing I had left of her. It was worth $3,000. I cried when I sold it, but I told myself it was worth it. Victoria was going to college. She was going to have a better life. A life I never had. During college, Victoria changed. She made new friends, rich friends, girls with trust funds, boys with sports cars. She started dressing differently, talking differently. She came home less and less. When she did come home, she looked uncomfortable. She didn't want to stay long. "I have to study," she'd say, or "I have plans with friends." She barely looked at me. She barely talked to me. I tried to ask about her life. "How are your classes?" "Fine." "Do you like your professors?" "Yeah." "Have you made good friends?" "Uh-huh." One-word answers, every time. I felt like I was losing her, like she was slipping away. But I told myself it was normal. She was growing up. She was becoming independent. This is what I wanted, right? For her to be strong, to be confident, to not need me anymore. But it hurt. God, it hurt so much. After college, things got worse. Victoria got a job in the city. She worked at a fashion design company. She was an assistant designer. She was good at it. She made decent money. Not a lot, but decent. She moved into an apartment. A fancy one, with a doorman and a gym and a rooftop pool. "How can you afford this?" I asked. "I have roommates," she said, but I later found out. Her roommate was her boyfriend, Julian. She didn't tell me about him. I found out by accident. I saw a photo on social media. Victoria and a man, kissing. The caption said, "My love." I called her immediately. "Who is this?" I asked. She sighed. "Mom, I was going to tell you." "When?" I asked. "Soon," she said. "What's his name?" "Julian." "What does he do?" "He's a lawyer." "How long have you been together?" "A year." "A year. She kept him a secret for a year." "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. Silence. "Victoria?" I said. "I don't know, Mom," she said. "I just didn't." She hung up. I stared at my phone. I felt like I didn't know her anymore. 6 months later, she called. "Mom," she said. Her voice was different, excited. "What is it?" I asked. "I'm getting married." I dropped the dish I was holding. It shattered on the floor. "What?" I screamed. "Julian proposed," she said. "We're getting married." I screamed. I jumped. I cried. "Oh my God, Victoria, I'm so happy. When did he propose?" "Last night. Tell me everything." She told me about the proposal. He took her to a fancy restaurant. He got down on one knee. There were roses everywhere. It sounded like a movie. "I'm so happy for you, baby," I said. "Thanks, Mom," she said. "When is the wedding?" "In 3 months." 3 months? I gasped. Yeah, we want to do it soon. Okay, I said. I'll help with everything. We can plan together. She paused. Actually, Mom, she said, Julian's family is handling most of it. My heart sank. Oh, I said, but I can still help, right? We'll see, she said. I have to go. She hung up. I sat there, the phone still in my hand. I should have been happy, and I was, but I also felt left out, like I wasn't needed. Over the next few weeks, I tried to be involved. I called Victoria every day. Do you need help with invitations? No, we hired someone. What about the cake? Julian's mom is handling it. Can I help with the dress? I already picked one out. Every question, every offer, rejected. I felt useless. I felt invisible. One day, I decided to visit her. I didn't call first. I wanted to surprise her. I drove to her apartment. I brought her favorite cookies, the ones I used to make when she was little. I knocked on her door. She opened it. She was wearing silk pajamas. Her hair was perfect. Her nails were done. She looked like a different person. Mom? She said. She didn't smile. Surprise, I said. I held up the cookies. She looked at them, then at me. You should have called, she said. I wanted to surprise you, I said. I'm busy, Mom. I just want to visit for a bit. She sighed. She let me in. The apartment was beautiful. Everything was white and gold. Expensive furniture. Expensive art. I felt like I was in a museum. Sit, she said. I sat on the edge of the couch. I was scared to touch anything. She didn't offer me tea. She didn't offer me water. She just stood there, looking at her phone. I brought you something else, I said. I pulled out a small box. Inside was my grandmother's bracelet. It was silver, old but beautiful. It had a small turquoise stone. For your wedding day, I said. Something old. She looked at it. She didn't touch it. Mom, that's really old, she said. I know, I said. It's an heirloom. It's from my grandmother. I can't wear that, she said. Why not? Because it doesn't match. Julian's mom already bought me jewelry. Real diamonds. My throat tightened. But this is from our family, I said. I know, Mom, she said, but it's not really my style. She put the box on the table. She didn't even open it fully. I felt tears coming. I should go, I said. Okay, she said. She didn't stop me. She didn't hug me. She just opened the door. I walked out. I cried in the elevator. An old woman saw me. Are you okay, dear? She asked. I nodded, but I wasn't. Weeks passed. The wedding got closer. Victoria called me less and less. I texted her every day. Good morning, baby. Thinking of you. Can't wait for the wedding. She replied sometimes, one word. Thanks. Busy. Later. I tried not to feel hurt, but I did. I told my friend Rosa. Rosa and I work together. She's been my friend for 20 years. She knows everything about me. Rosa, I said one day, I think Victoria doesn't want me at the wedding. Rosa looked shocked. Don't say that. She's just stressed. Planning a wedding is hard. I know, I said. But something feels wrong. Rosa hugged me. You're her mother, she said. She loves you. Don't forget that. I wanted to believe her, but deep down, I wasn't sure anymore. 2 weeks before the wedding, I called Victoria. Hi, baby, I said. Hey, she said. She sounded annoyed. I was thinking, I said. Can I see your dress? Silence. Victoria? Mom, it's at the designer's studio. Can I come with you next time? I don't have any more fittings. Oh, I said. Can I just see a picture? It's bad luck, she said. Since when do you believe in that? She sighed. Mom, I really have to go. Wait, I said. What should I wear? To the wedding. I don't know, Mom. Whatever you want. Is there a color scheme? Just don't wear white. Obviously. Her tone was so cold. Victoria, did I do something wrong? Silence. No, Mom. I just have a lot going on. I'll see you at the wedding. She hung up. I sat there, staring at the wall. Something was very wrong. 1 week before the wedding, something happened. I got a text from Victoria. "Mom, I need to talk to you." My heart jumped. "Of course. When? Can you come to my apartment? Tomorrow at 2? "Yes, I'll be there." I couldn't sleep that night. I was so nervous. Maybe she wanted my help after all. Maybe she realized she needed me. I was so hopeful. The next day I got ready. I wore my nicest dress. I did my hair. I even put on lipstick. I drove to her apartment. I got there early. I waited in the lobby. At exactly 2 p.m. I knocked. She opened the door. She wasn't smiling. "Come in," she said. I walked in. Julian wasn't there. It was just us. "Sit," she said. I sat on the couch. She sat across from me, not next to me, across from me, like we were in a business meeting. "Mom," she said, "I need to tell you something." "What is it?" I asked. My hands were shaking. She took a deep breath. "I don't want you to come to the wedding." The room started spinning. "What?" I whispered. "I'm sorry," she said, "but I think it's better if you don't come." "Why?" I asked. My voice cracked. She looked at the floor. "Julian's family is very particular." "What does that mean?" "They're high society, Mom. They have expectations." "Expectations," I repeated. "About what?" She finally looked at me. "About everything. About how people look, how people act, how people dress." I felt my heart breaking. "You think I'll embarrass you?" I said. She didn't deny it. "Mom, you work at a laundry. Your hands are rough. Your clothes are old. You don't understand that world." Each word was a stab. "I gave you everything," I whispered. "I know," she said, "and I'm grateful. But this is my wedding day. It has to be perfect. I can't have anything go wrong." Tears streamed down my face. "Victoria," I said, "I'm your mother." "I know," she said, "but you're also—" She stopped. "I'm also what?" I asked. "Poor," she said quietly. "You're too poor." The word hung in the air. Poor, too poor for my own daughter's wedding. I stood up. My legs were shaking. "I see," I said. "Mom, please understand." "No," I said. "I understand perfectly. I'm not good enough for you anymore." "That's not what I said." "Yes, it is," I said. Tears were running down my face. "I couldn't stop them. I worked myself to the bone for you. I gave up everything. I sold my mother's ring. I took out loans. I sacrificed everything. And now I'm too poor?" She started crying too. "Mom, please. I just want one perfect day. Is that so wrong?" I looked at her, this stranger in front of me. "Yes," I said, "it is wrong. When you erase your own mother." I walked to the door. She didn't stop me. I turned around one last time. "I hope your perfect day is everything you want," I said. Then I left. I drove home crying. I could barely see the road. I almost crashed twice. When I got home, I collapsed. I lay on the floor. I sobbed. I screamed into a pillow. I couldn't breathe. The pain was too much. My phone rang. It was Rosa. "Hello?" I said. My voice was broken. "Elena, what's wrong?" I told her everything, every word Victoria said. Rosa was silent. Then she spoke. "That girl has lost her mind." "Rosa, what did I do wrong?" "Nothing," Rosa said firmly. "You did nothing wrong. She's forgotten who she is. She's forgotten where she came from. But that's not your fault. It feels like my fault," I sobbed. "It's not," Rosa said. "Listen to me. You are going to that wedding. She said not to come." "I don't care," Rosa said. "You paid for that wedding." I froze. "What? You gave her $20,000, didn't you?" My heart stopped. How did she know? "Elena, you told me," Rosa said. 3 months ago. You said Victoria needed money for the wedding. You took out a loan." Oh God, she was right. I had forgotten. 3 months ago, Victoria called. "Mom, I need money, she said. How much? I asked. 20,000. I almost fainted. For what? The wedding, she said. Julian's family is paying for most of it. But I want to contribute too. I want to feel independent. I want to show them I can help. She sounded so earnest, so proud. Okay, I said. I'll figure it out. I went to the bank. I took out a loan. The interest rate was terrible, but I didn't care. I wanted Victoria to be happy. I transferred her the money. She thanked me. I love you, Mom, she said. You're the best. I believed her. I really believed her. And now she didn't even want me there. Rosa, I said. I paid for my own daughter's wedding. And she banned me from attending. Exactly, Rosa said. So you're going. You're going to that wedding, and you're going to hold your head high. I can't, I said. Yes, you can, Rosa said. I'll go with you. The day of the wedding came. I barely slept. I kept thinking about Victoria. About everything. Part of me wanted to stay home, to hide, to disappear. But Rosa's words stayed with me. You paid for that wedding. She was right. I deserved to be there, even if Victoria didn't want me. I got up at 6 a.m. I took a long shower. I washed my hair. I dried it carefully. I put on my best dress. It was dark blue. I bought it at a thrift store years ago, but I took care of it. It still looked nice. I put on the bracelet, my grandmother's bracelet, the one Victoria rejected. I looked at myself in the mirror. I looked tired. My eyes were puffy from crying, but I stood tall. I took a deep breath. You are enough, I told myself. You are enough. Rosa picked me up at 10 a.m. The wedding was at noon, at a fancy hotel downtown, the Grand View Hotel. I'd seen it before. From the outside, it was huge, white columns, gold doors, chandeliers you could see from the street. Ready? Rosa asked. No, I said. Me neither, she said. Let's go anyway. We drove in silence. My hands were shaking. My heart was pounding. What if Victoria saw me? What if she made a scene? What if I ruined everything? Stop, Rosa said. What? Stop thinking. You can read my mind now? Yes, she said. And you need to stop. You didn't ruin anything. She did, by being cruel, by being ashamed. You did nothing wrong. I nodded, but I didn't believe her. We arrived at the hotel. The parking lot was full, expensive cars everywhere, Mercedes, BMW, Tesla. We parked Rosa's old Honda. It looked out of place. We walked toward the entrance. People were everywhere, women in designer dresses, men in tailored suits. Everyone looked perfect. I felt so small. Rosa squeezed my hand. You belong here, she whispered. We walked inside. The lobby was breathtaking. Marble floors, gold railings, a huge crystal chandelier, fresh flowers everywhere, white roses, hundreds of them. The smell was overwhelming. People were gathered in groups, talking, laughing, drinking champagne. I saw Julian's parents. I recognized them from photos Victoria showed me. His father was tall and distinguished. His mother wore pearls and a cream-colored dress. They looked like royalty. I felt like a servant. Come on, Rosa said. We followed the signs to the ceremony room. The doors were open. We peeked inside. It was beautiful. Rows of white chairs, an aisle covered in rose petals, an arch covered in flowers, soft music playing. Everything was perfect. Everything was expensive. I thought about my $20,000. I wondered what it paid for. The flowers, the music, the venue. Let's sit in the back, Rosa said. We walked in quietly. Most seats were already taken. We found 2 seats in the very last row. In the corner, hidden, invisible, just how Victoria wanted me. More people filed in. The room filled up quickly. Everyone looked happy, excited. I tried to feel the same, but all I felt was sadness. The music changed. Everyone stood. The ceremony was starting. First came the bridesmaids. 3 women in lavender dresses. They looked like models. Then came the groomsmen, 3 men in black suits. They looked confident, handsome. Then came Julian. He walked to the altar. He looked nervous, but happy. He was handsome, tall, dark hair, kind eyes. I could see why Victoria loved him. The music changed again. Everyone turned around. The bride was coming, my daughter was coming, and there she was. Victoria. My heart stopped. She looked like an angel. Her dress was stunning, white lace, long train. Her hair was in perfect curls. Her makeup was flawless. She glowed. She was being walked down the aisle, but not by her father. He was never there. She was being walked by Julian's father. He held her arm proudly, like she was his daughter. My eyes filled with tears. That should have been me. I should have been walking her. But she didn't want me. She didn't even know I was there. They reached the altar. Julian's father kissed her cheek. He handed her to Julian. Julian took her hands. He looked at her like she was everything. The priest began speaking. I couldn't hear the words. My heart was too loud. I watched my daughter. She looked so happy, so perfect, so far away from me. Rosa grabbed my hand. "Breathe," she whispered. I realized I was holding my breath. I exhaled slowly. Tears rolled down my cheeks. The ceremony ended. They kissed. Everyone clapped. They walked down the aisle together, husband and wife. Victoria was smiling, glowing. She didn't look at me. She didn't see me. Everyone followed them to the reception. Rosa and I stayed behind. "Do you want to leave?" she asked. I thought about it. "No," I said. "I want to see the rest." "Okay," she said. "Then let's go." The reception was in the ballroom. It was even more beautiful than the ceremony. Round tables with white tablecloths, gold chairs, centerpieces with white roses and candles, crystal glasses, gold plates. Everything sparkled. A live band played soft music, a dance floor in the center, a huge cake in the corner. 5 tiers covered in flowers. It must have cost thousands. Rosa and I found a table, far from the head table, far from everyone. We sat down quietly. A waiter came over. "Champagne?" he asked. "Yes, please," Rosa said. He poured us each a glass, then he left. I looked around. Everyone was talking, laughing, taking photos. Victoria and Julian sat at the head table. They looked like a king and queen. Julian's parents sat next to them, his siblings, his grandparents, all so polished, so perfect. Victoria fit right in. She laughed at their jokes. She sipped champagne elegantly. She looked like she belonged, and she did. She belonged with them now, not with me. Dinner was served, fancy food, things I'd never heard of, salmon with something, chicken with something else. It all looked beautiful, but I couldn't eat. My stomach was in knots. Rosa ate. "You should eat," she said. "I can't," I said. "You need strength," she said. I picked at my food. I took a few bites. It tasted like nothing. After dinner, the speeches started. Julian's father went first. He talked about how proud he was, how perfect Victoria was, how happy he was to welcome her to the family. Everyone clapped. Then Julian's best man spoke. He told funny stories. Everyone laughed. Then it was Julian's turn. He stood up. He took the microphone. "Good evening, everyone," he said. His voice was strong, warm. "Thank you all for being here. This day means everything to me. And to my beautiful wife, Victoria." Everyone clapped. Victoria blushed. Julian continued. "I want to thank my parents for everything, for raising me, for supporting me, for loving Victoria like their own daughter." More applause. "But I also want to thank someone else," he said. My heart skipped. Someone who made this day possible. The room went quiet. Someone who sacrificed so much. I froze. Rosa grabbed my arm. who made sure Victoria could follow her dreams. No, Victoria's mother. Oh God, Elena. My heart stopped. Everyone looked around. Searching. Victoria's face went white. She looked shocked, confused. Julian kept talking. Elena gave us $20,000 for this wedding. Gasps filled the room. She worked multiple jobs her whole life. She raised Victoria alone. She sold family heirlooms. She took out loans. She gave everything. His voice cracked. And I want to thank her, publicly. Elena, where are you? The room was silent. Everyone was looking. Victoria stood up. Her face was pale. She looked terrified. Elena? Julian called again. Rosa nudged me. Stand up, she whispered. I shook my head. You have to, she said. My legs were shaking. Slowly I stood. Everyone turned, 100 eyes on me. I wanted to disappear. Julian saw me. He smiled, a genuine, warm smile. He started clapping. A few people joined, then more, then everyone. The whole room was clapping. For me, I couldn't breathe. Tears streamed down my face. Victoria was staring at me, her mouth open, her eyes wide. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. Julian motioned for me to come forward. I shook my head, but Rosa pushed me. Go, she whispered. I walked slowly. My legs felt like jelly. Everyone watched. I reached the head table. Julian came around. He hugged me. Thank you, he whispered, for everything. I couldn't speak. I just cried. He pulled back. Everyone, he said into the microphone, this is Elena Martinez, Victoria's mother, the woman who made all of this possible. More applause. I looked at Victoria. She was crying now. Her mascara was running. She looked at me, really looked at me. For the first time in months, Julian continued. I didn't know the full story until recently. But when Victoria told me, he paused. I was humbled. Elena, you are a hero, and you deserve to be here. You deserve to be honored. I was sobbing now. I couldn't help it. Julian handed me the microphone. Would you like to say anything? He asked. I shook my head. I can't, I whispered. It's okay, he said gently. He took the microphone back. But then Victoria stood. She walked over to me. Her eyes were red. Her face was wet with tears. Mom, she whispered. She fell to her knees, right there, in front of everyone. Gasps filled the room. I'm so sorry, she sobbed. I'm so sorry. She grabbed my hands. I was horrible to you. I was cruel. I was selfish. I told you not to come. Because I was ashamed. People started whispering, but I shouldn't have been ashamed of you. I should have been ashamed of myself. She was shaking. You gave me everything, and I gave you nothing. I'm so sorry, Mom. Please forgive me. I knelt down. I held her face. Victoria, I whispered, I love you, but you hurt me. She nodded. I know, she cried. I know. I'll never forgive myself. We held each other, both of us crying. The whole room watched. Some people were crying too. Julian's mother had tears in her eyes. Finally, we stood. Victoria wouldn't let go of my hand. Julian came over. I'm sorry, Elena, he said. I didn't know she told you not to come. She told me you were busy, that you couldn't make it. He looked at Victoria. I would never have allowed that. Victoria looked down. I lied to him, she said quietly. I lied to everyone. I told his parents you were traveling, that you couldn't be here. But the truth is, she took a shaky breath. I told you not to come. Because I was ashamed of you. More gasps. Because you're not rich. Because you work at a laundry. Because I wanted to seem like I came from money. She was sobbing. But you gave me everything. You are everything. And I threw you away. Julian's face was hard. He looked disappointed, angry even. Victoria, he said quietly, we need to talk. I know, she whispered. He looked at me. Elena, I'm so sorry. You don't need to apologize, I said. Yes, I do, he said. You should have been honored today. You should have walked her down the aisle. You should have sat at this table, not hidden in the back. He turned to the room. Everyone, please welcome Elena properly. She is family. She is important, and she deserves our respect. Everyone applauded again. Louder this time. Julian's father stood. He walked over to me. Elena, he said, we had no idea. We thought Victoria's mother was absent. That's what we were told. He looked at Victoria, disappointment in his eyes. I'm deeply sorry, he said. If we had known, we would have made sure you were part of everything. Julian's mother came over too. She hugged me. I'm so sorry, dear, she said. No mother should be treated that way, especially not one who gave so much. I was overwhelmed. All these people, all this attention. I just wanted to disappear. But Julian wouldn't let me. Elena, please, he said. Sit with us. Take my mother's seat. No, I said quickly. I can't. Yes, you can, he said. You should have been here from the start. His mother nodded. I insist, she said. So I sat at the head table, next to my daughter. She held my hand the whole time. She kept crying. I'm so sorry, she kept saying, over and over. I know, I whispered. I know. The rest of the reception was a blur. People came up to me. They shook my hand. They hugged me. They thanked me. For what? I wasn't sure. But they were kind. Julian's family was especially kind. His mother sat with me. She asked about my life. She listened. Really listened. You're an incredible woman, she said. To raise a daughter alone. To sacrifice so much. You're a hero. I didn't feel like a hero. I felt tired and sad and confused. At the end of the night, Julian pulled me aside. Elena, he said, I need to tell you something. Okay, I said. I paid off your loan. I froze. What? The 20,000 you borrowed, he said, for the wedding. Victoria told me tonight about the bank, about the interest, about the payments. His eyes were sad. You shouldn't have to pay for your daughter's wedding, especially when she... He didn't finish. I called the bank, he said. I paid it off. In full. Tears filled my eyes. Julian, I whispered. You didn't have to. Yes, I did, he said. You're family now. And family takes care of each other. He hugged me. Thank you, he said, for raising such an incredible woman, even if she forgot that for a while. I cried into his shoulder. Thank you, I whispered. Victoria and I talked that night. Really talked. She cried. I cried. I don't know what happened to me, she said. I got caught up in this world. Julian's family, his friends. Everyone was so rich. So polished. And I felt like I didn't belong. So I pretended. I pretended I came from money. I pretended you weren't. You, she sobbed. I'm so ashamed. I held her. Victoria, I said, I forgive you. But you hurt me. Deeper than anyone ever has. I know, she whispered. And it will take time. She nodded. I understand. I'll do anything, she said. Anything to make it right. Just don't give up on me. I looked at my daughter. This beautiful, broken girl. I won't, I said. I'm your mother. I'll never give up on you. Months have passed now. Things are different, better. Victoria calls me every day. She visits every week. She brought me to her apartment. She introduced me to her friends. This is my mom, she said proudly, not embarrassed. Proud. She helps me now, with bills, with groceries, with everything. Julian helps too. They bought me a new car. They paid off my credit cards. They even tried to get me to quit my job. Come live with us, Victoria said. You don't have to work anymore. But I said no. I like my job. I like my independence. I like who I am. I'm proud of being poor, I told her. Because it means I gave everything to you. She cried when I said that. Yesterday, Victoria came over. She brought flowers and a box. "What's this?" I asked. "Open it," she said. Inside was my grandmother's bracelet, the one she rejected. "I want you to have it back," she said. "No," I said. "I gave it to you." "I know," she said, "but I didn't appreciate it then. I do now." She put it on my wrist. "It's beautiful," she said. "Just like you." We hugged, and I finally felt peace. If you're reading this, I want you to know something. You are not too poor. You are not too anything. You are enough, exactly as you are. Don't let anyone make you feel small. Not even your own children, because your worth isn't in your bank account. It's not in your clothes. It's not in your job. Your worth is in your heart, in your sacrifices, in your love, and that's priceless. If someone treats you like you're not enough, that's their problem. Not yours. Stand tall, speak your truth, and never, ever apologize for who you are, because you are beautiful, you are strong, you are enough. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for being here. If this touched your heart, please share it. If you know someone who needs to hear this, send it to them. And if you've ever felt invisible, I see you, and you matter. With all my love and respect, until next time.